Hello everyone, my name is Wendy, and today, the topic of today is, when is it okay to lie? So, leading into this topic, someone lied about me yesterday, and that's the topic of today. But right now I'm at South Miami Beach, not in because I can't go over this barrier right now because I have my dog with me. I didn't know that the dog wasn't allowed across the barrier. But anyway, it's kind of funny because that's what happened yesterday. I had access denied and someone actually lied on me. So here's the story. I was traveling after my fast. I started traveling south, and I wasn't in too big of a hurry, and I decided to go ahead because I was having double vision. The double vision was from, I guess, my eyes were dry from being out in the elements, and also the fast caused me to be mildly dehydrated. And anyway, so I was having double vision and I wasn't getting very far, and I decided to go ahead and stop in Boca Raton, which is not very far from West Palm Beach. But I stopped at a gym that I'm a member of, and I decided to go ahead and take a nap because, those of you on the Ascension journey know that afternoon naps are wonderful. And anyway, so I was there for a couple of hours, and then I started gathering my things, and I was about to go to the gym. Next thing I know, I heard a knock on the door of my van, and I went to the door, and there was a police officer outside. So I greeted him, and I was like, "Hey, what's up?" And he said, "Well, you can't park here." And I said, "Oh, I understand, but I'm a member, and I'm actually gathering my things right now, and I'm about to go out. I'm about to go outside to the gym." And the police officer said, "Oh, okay. Well, just wait here a minute." So I gathered my things and I stood outside my van waiting. And I saw the officer about 50 feet away, and he was speaking to a small group of people. And next thing, it took a few minutes, and then they approached me, and the whole group approached me. And the lady said, "Well, you can't sleep over here overnight." I said, "Ma'am, I just arrived here. I've only been here for a couple hours." And so anyway, I am a member and I am wanting to go into the gym. And she wanted to go ahead and say that I wasn't welcome. She claimed that I had been camping in the parking lot for the last 3 days. That's what she said. And I said, "Well, do you have video evidence of this?" She said, "No, but this guy can bear witness that he saw you here." And I said, "Well, he's lying, and so are you, because for the last several days I've been in West Palm Beach, and that's where I've been, and I actually have video evidence of it to prove that you are lying." Anyway, so she didn't want to see the evidence because she didn't have any to back her words. And the police officer said, "Well, it really doesn't matter. It's private property, and if she wants you off, then you have to leave." And I said, "All right, well, I do have evidence." And he said, "So what do you want to do?" And I said, "Well, I want to go work out. I guess I'm going to have to go to a different gym further south." And they were all fine with this. So the whole group started to leave and to break up. And then as they were breaking up, I added, "Oh, and I will be calling corporate office and making a formal complaint." At this, the lady said, what's your phone number? And I told her, I don't have to give you my phone number. I already showed the officer my membership pass, so he knows I have a right to be here, and I don't owe you anything. So anyway, I went ahead and traveled down to the next nearby gym and went in, and I asked to speak to the manager because I was going to see how I could proceed with a formal complaint, and the phone number to the corporate office was given to me. Anyway, and it has been a little bit of a pain in my rear, because it gets you down, when you know that someone has discriminated against you and they made lies up about you, and you have the evidence and you claim, look, I have the evidence, I can prove that you are wrong, and yet they are so set in their mindset that they cannot, even though they're wrong, even though they can be proven wrong, that they would refuse to see the evidence and apologize. So anyway, I went ahead and called the corporate office, made my complaint, and I said, look, she lied. She lied. Now, did it hurt my pride? No, it didn't hurt my pride. It's a matter of principle. She lied. So anyway, I wondered what I was going to do about this. And because, I've got evidence. She discriminated against me for no reason. I did nothing wrong. And I can prove she's a liar. They said that they would have to investigate the situation and they would be getting back with me. So anyway, that happened yesterday. And today I thought, should I throw a stink about this? So I did call a lawyer to see if I could even make a stink, right? Just to teach her a lesson. You don't lie. Jeez, you don't lie. And the lawyer told me, that it's not a good case, even though, it's against a major corporation. They're in it for the money. It's not about principle. So anyway, this was a civil rights lawyer, but apparently, I'm a white person, and I guess it doesn't sell in court to that a white person would claim discrimination. But anyway, and there was no money in it for them. There was no benefit. So I just got dismissed. And so that's why it's a topic for today. When is it okay to lie? Well, some people might think that little white lies are okay. And I can tell you that it's never a good, there's never a good reason to lie. Now the Bible talks about liars, and lying is actually, not only is it one of the lying, breaking the 10 Commandments, but it's one of the top things that God hates. He hates someone who makes a false report about someone else. Now, to tell little white lies, right, where you're not trying to hurt someone's reputation, where you're just, maybe saying, for instance, if someone has diabetes and you're eating a chocolate cake in front of them and they're like salivating, and you say, it's not really that good. It's not that good. Are you really hurting that person? Are you hurting their reputation? No, it's a little white lie. But God absolutely hates defaming of innocent people. Okay, and that's one of the worst. But I can tell you that even the little white lies mount up, and I'm going to give you an example of this. I'm not going to say names. But I know a person who is dear to me, who I loved dearly, who was a liar. And he was a relative and he was dear. But he was a liar. He would tell little white lies. He didn't mean anything by it. He thought that he was avoiding conflict. And as he was on his deathbed and all the family was praying for him, my mother had a vision. She saw something that looked kind of like a wheel, kind of like a disc. She didn't know what to describe it as, but she said she saw this man laying in the hospital bed, and that this disc, kind of like a chandelier, but it was round and it was hanging over him. She said that it was that these little white things were just bouncing off of that disc that was looming over him. And at the time, we were all praying, and even he was, because he was on his deathbed, and we had been trying to help him prepare for death, prepare his heart and different things like that. And anyway, so the interesting thing is, the lady who was with him in the hospital room was bearing testimony that she saw him talking to an invisible someone. And she didn't know who it was, but it was the last moments of life, like half an hour before. And at this very time that he was talking to an invisible somebody, then my mom had the vision of this, and of course I came in with the interpretation. And my mom was not in the hospital room. She was, she was like 30 miles away or something. But there we go. Stop fighting the wind. So she was about 30 miles away, and I told her, I was in communication with both of them. I said, right now, he has some ministering angels with him, and they are helping to clear off the scales, because everyone gets balanced when they pass away. We all get balanced, and that represented those little white balls that were bouncing all over the place and making a big mess. Those represented all the little white lies that he had told during the course of his life, and they were bouncing off of the scales of justice because he was repenting at his, with angels. He literally had ministering angels with him, and at that time, and of course we had been working with him for like a week, preparing to pass away. And so it was an amazing manifestation of, we really do, we were all independent. The three of us ladies were all independent. One was in the room with him, bearing witness that he was talking to someone. My mom had the vision, and I had the interpretation. So those little white lies were being smeared off of the scales of justice. So when is it okay to tell lies? Never, never. They all weigh against you on the day of judgment when you pass away. They will weigh against you. And the only way to get them off is to repent. So that is the lesson for the day. And I'm really enjoying the cloud cover beach from a distance. I wish I could get out there and put my feet in the sand, but I have Dexter with me. So anyway, we are actually going to be on our way to a dog beach further down south. And that one, he will actually get to go out and play in the water with me. So keep tuned, and that video will be made in a day or two. Bye-bye. Oh, and so anyway, my name is Wendy, and we're all living in the winds of change.